So this Hip Hop is Dead Part 3. I want to talk about like the Kendrick album, right? So the Kendrick album man, I was like, bro, when I seen the Heart Part 4, I was like, oh shit. Like I think it was or part 2 or part 3, and it was like, I swear to God, half of y'all just don't know Kendrick. The School of Hard Knocks, we was the first one in attendance. You know what I'm saying? That was the shit. I was like, oh yo. Like, that's when I was like, yo, Kendrick, yo. I used to fuck with Kendrick so hard. Man, he dropped this new shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this shit, man? This weirdo shit. He's like dancing. He's like, I should go down. And it's like, bro, like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, and you know the crazy thing, like, To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite Kendrick album. Like, and Section 80 and To Pimp a Butterfly. Because I felt like I like the political side of rap. Like a rapper that can be political and then kill that shit and then be introspective but keep this shit like, you know what I'm saying, like where we from, like the hood and shit. But you introspective and then you kill it like with a funk vibe too. Like To Pimp a Butterfly, that shit was fire, bro. But this new shit, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I mean, I understand what you like, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Like, yeah, that's a fire name. Like, but if you gonna be Mr. Morale and you gonna do some Big Stepper shit, like, can you be on beat? Like, how the fuck you gonna be? How you gonna be Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers if you're rapping off a fucking beat? That don't even make sense. Like, I feel like that the Big Stepper shit was like an excuse for you to be off beat and you got people dancing, but you off beat. It's like, no, motherfucker, you Kendrick Lamar. You supposed to be like the motherfucker who we listen to, like everybody else shit trash. Like Kendrick, he gonna come with some introspective, with some funk with the shit. The next song gonna be different, and it's like he tried to do some shit like where somebody who was blowing up in the industry that nobody knew about it, he was like, you know what? This dude, he's going to be the next big thing. Let me try to rap like him. And I'll be like, top it on and blah, 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 whatever the fuck Kendrick was saying. And it's like, bro, who the fuck is this? This is not Kendrick. I'm like, who the fuck am I listening to? Like, when I didn't even listen to all that Kendrick shit. I listened to that shit for like 8 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to that shit. I'm like, bro, this is not no fucking Kendrick. Who is this? This motherfucker not even rapping on beat. And he's like, it wasn't, I feel like I'm losing my conscience. I feel like that's the heart I know. Like, killing that shit on beat. Take a breath, no missed beats, no blah, blah, blah. This motherfucker, I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, like, this ain't no fucking Kendrick Lamar. Who is this dude rapping? Like, this is not Kendrick, bro. This is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. If this is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, well, he should have changed his fucking name and took Kendrick Lamar off of that shit. Because that wasn't no fucking Kendrick Lamar on that shit. I had never listened to that shit ever again. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to ruin I'm not going to ruin To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City and Section 80 for this shit. And even Overly Dedicated was fired in that shit. I'm like, man, I'm looking at the comments. They like, oh my God, this is the greatest rapper. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Are y'all listening to this shit? I'm like, who in the fuck is saying this shit is good? This shit is terrible. That new Kendrick album is awful, man. That shit is terrible. Like, that shit is awful. Like, that shit, man, I listened to that shit for like 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, what? First of all, what the fuck is he mad at? Like, what are you rambling about, bro? Like, you're a multi-millionaire. You're a multi-millionaire rapper, successful rapper, right? And it's COVID. Why the fuck are you rambling and angry? Like, that's what everybody else angry. You're supposed to uplift people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, like, shit, you making me depressed and you offbeat. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Like, Like at least like take To Pimp a Butterfly. Like yeah, it was some depression shit, but it's like okay, we gonna be all right. And then you add the funk. I love myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he killing that shit with the zun, 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 zun. You know what I'm saying? With the beat, with the jazz, with the like that shit. To Pimp a Butterfly, that shit was fire. That shit is easily one of the best hip hop albums ever to me. Like that shit was off the chain. Like To Pimp a Butterfly, like he did well on that shit. That shit flowed. It was a CD album. Like you don't get those type of albums nowadays. Like when he went to Damn, like when he dropped that Damn shit, that was like his introduction to like the streaming shit. That's when you knew like okay, he's a stream rapper. Like To Pimp a Butterfly is not a stream song, not a really stream album. You know what I'm saying? That's why Humble got so many fucking streams because that's like his biggest song. Like Humble, I think Humble is Kendrick's biggest song, but it's not his best song. It's his catchiest song, but it's not his best song. It's definitely not his best song. Like Kendrick got crazy on even Rigor Mortis was fucking crazy. What was Rigor Mortis? I think Rigor Mortis was on Section 80. That shit was crazy. Even Real, that song Real off fucking Good Kid, Mad City. That shit was crazy. It's like, man, rap now, that shit, it's just fucking dead. Like even Joey, like, has Joey dropped? Like, Joey was fire too. And I feel like J. Cole and Joey could have been like the leaders of the new shit, where it was still about bars, but you could still like make cool songs and shit. Yeah, that was happening, but it's like nobody really just took that throne with the shit. Like nobody was just innovative enough to bring that back and keep going with that shit. Because even J. Cole just dropped like one album. He dropped like the off season. And it's like you dropped an album called The Off Season, like you was gonna drop some shit next like 2 or 3 months later. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like hip hop, that shit is dead, bro. Like for instance, like take J. Cole dropping The Off Season. Like Wayne would have dropped some shit called The Off Season, and then 2 weeks later would have dropped some shit called The New Season or some shit. Just in 2 weeks. Not gonna drop something called The Off Season and then wait fucking 5 years later. It's like that wasn't the off season, motherfucker. That was a fucking hiatus. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I said like hip hop, it's done, bro. But it's just, I just think it's done. I just think it's done. I mean, it's new things people are gonna want and new things people are going to digest. But even the art form is still there, but I just think like it's peaked, like hip hop peaked. It's peaked because streaming and YouTube and social media, it killed the art form. Like it killed the acknowledgement of the art form more than the views. Like it's like views is more important than the art form. You know what I'm saying? It's like a rapper will cry because I only got I only sold 4,000 albums. Like, but Ice Cube would be like, yo, I saw, you know what I'm saying? Somebody back in the day be like, yo, we sold 3,000, but that shit was fire, so fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different approach now. Like, rappers, they'll cry. It's like, like, that shit was garbage anyway. Like, you tried to troll your way to fucking 1 million copies instead of actually, like, being good. But, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, 1 million. I know that shit not doable nowadays because of the streaming. But I'm just saying, like, if you gonna do that, like, at least make some fire albums. They're not making no fire shit no more. I feel like this shit is dead. Like, I just feel like dead. And then even the Travis Scott shit, like when he like killed somebody in the stands or some shit, he had like some people dying in the stands. like they release the gas, the oxygen out the air or some shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, this shit's dead, bro. It's dead. Then you got the gay shit. Don't even, yeah, then you got it's like overly gay rappers. Like, come, like, man. This shit's dead, bro. It's dead. It's like, it's dead. I feel like hip hop is gonna become like gay hop. It's just gonna become like some shit, like little like girls on TikTok and shit just making random shit. Like, it's just dead. Like, I feel like it's dead. I feel like I feel like hip hop is just it's just it's just it's to be copied now. It's just some shit that you copy, but it's not the originality is gone. It's gone. Like, I mean, it's a lot of originality, but like I'm saying, the sound it lost the good sound. Like, I just felt it's like it's just even like you got people who pick good beats, but even if they pick good beats, the song is gonna be like it's gonna be overly emo, and it doesn't really hit the middle. Like, take a song like "Beautiful." Like, remember Pharrell and Snoop Dogg, like that "Beautiful" song, "Beautiful." Like, that shit is like mutual. It's like beach, good singing, then you rapping like a harmonic rap with Snoop. And then it's like dun 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 dun. Like, that's a beat. Like, that's not like a YouTube beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some original. That's an original fucking cook up in the studio with the rapper coming in. Like, that shit is not meant to be sold. It's meant to be rapped on from just a fresh hit. But it's like shit nowadays. It's made to be listened to a million times, and then somebody just happens to buy it, and then it's like, oh, now you got some random dude in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's like it killed it. Like, it's dead. Like, hip hop is done, man. Like, it's done. Yeah, it's easy to get in. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of rappers. Yeah, they might get millions or 10 millions of views, but that's it. It's engineered. Like, even the numbers are engineered. Like, you really think these rappers getting hundreds of millions of views? Like, no, that's fucking Google AdWords. Like, that's people putting in money to or even something. They can fake it too, or you could just fake the numbers. This is it's dead. Like, hip hop is dead, bro. Like, yeah, it's gonna be an influx of rappers. You can listen to who you want to listen to, but it's just not. I can't even think of what's the last classic song. I don't even think of a classic song. But Donda was pretty good. I'll give it like Donda was. I like Donda. It was pretty good. But even Donda was just like middle tier. But it was good. But it was a middle tier. It was like middle tier. It was just harmonic Kanye, like a good harmony Kanye, all around with deep, like not deep bass, but just like a eerie Kanye, but not overly done shit, like the Yeezus and the I don't even know what the fuck he dropped after Yeezus, all that random shit, fucking I'm bipolar or some shit. He just like these overly done sounds with distortion, and it's like he was on some other shit after Yeezus. I think he was on some other shit on Yeezus. But Donda was pretty good. It was all around nice. And it actually was a little innovative how he did the switch ups and the freezes and the pauses. It was pretty good. But other than that, I just feel like hip hop, that shit, it's done. But this is I think I'm going to stop this on this episode, cuz I can ramble on and on about this.